Mashiach Yahushai for allowing us to see another day closer to the kingdom and allowing us to be able to come together to celebrate the Feast of Dedication. As always, we're going to start off with Colossians 3:17. Giving all praise and glory to our Heavenly Father. I thank everybody for being here. I thank everyone on the conference call. Can you hear me okay on the conference call? All right, the water. And welcome. Colossians 3:17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father, by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushai.
Come. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior, Hamashiach Yahushai. We give thanks to the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob forever. He said that's his name forever and a memorial to all generations. So we're going to go to St. John, the 10th chapter, and the 22nd verse, and show you that it's not just something that we're doing out of line if you believe in Mashiach Yahushai, because you're going to see that he observed this day. St. John 10 and 22.
The book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication.
The what?
The feast of the dedication.
And this is what we're celebrating today, the feast of the dedication. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
God. So it was in Jerusalem. It was the feast of the dedication, read.
And it was winter.
And it was when?
And it was winter.
It was winter. So as you see, this is only 3 days from when they're going to celebrate that pagan day of Christmas. Okay. And in Esau's world, when it started when? On the 21st, you see? So it's yesterday. So we in winter as far as, and in Jerusalem, it's cold over there. You see? So it was winter. It's a feast of dedication. So we right on time in the spirit at this time. You see what I'm saying? That we hosting it. Go ahead.
And Hamashiach Yahushai walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
So he walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Go ahead.
Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him.
This is what they said to him. The Israelites came around him and said, they surrounded him and said what?
How long dost thou make us to doubt?
So how long you going to make us to doubt, man? It's very important. Read.
If thou be the Hamashiach.
If thou be who?
The Mashiach.
If you be who?
The Mashiach.
If you be Hamashiach. If you be the anointed. If you be the Messiah. It's very important. Because there are many, Yahushai or whatever name you use for Jesus, you see. But there's only one, who?
Mashiach.
Hamashiach. There's only one Hamashiach. He's letting you know, if you be the anointed, if you be the Messiah, what did he say?
If thou be the Mashiach, tell us plainly.
Tell us plainly. Don't hold back on us, read.
Mashiach Yahushai answered them, I told you.
What did he say?
I told you.
He said, I told you. So what is he saying? I told you that I am. I am. First and foremost, he said, I told you that I am. Y'all might not get that, but he's telling you that I am. Who?
Mashiach.
Mashiach. See, I told you. Go ahead.
I told you, and ye believe not.
See, I told you, you believe not. Read.
The works that I do in my Father's name.
He said the works that I'm doing in my Father's name, read.
They bear witness of me.
They bear witness of that he is the Hamashiach. Go ahead.
But ye believe not.
So you don't believe me? Why you don't believe me? Read.
Because ye are not of my sheep.
So some people not going to believe in Hamashiach Yahushua because they're what?
Ye are not of my sheep.
Because they're not of his sheep. Read.
As I said unto you.
As he said unto him, read.
My sheep hear my voice.
So his sheep gonna hear his voice. And you're gonna hear his voice in the volume of the book. Not just when he came in the flesh. But you're gonna hear his voice in the volume of the book. Come. Right?
Come.
You know that, right?
Come.
I know you know that, right? All right, go ahead.
My sheep hear my voice.
He said his sheep hear his voice. Go ahead.
And I know them.
And he know them. One by one. Read.
And they follow me.
And they follow him. Come on.
And I give unto them eternal life.
He said he given to his sheep eternal life, man. Read.
And they shall never perish.
Never perish. They shall never perish. You understand? Go ahead.
Neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
He said ain't nobody gonna be able to pluck his sheep out of his hand. Read.
My Father, which gave them me.
Say his Father, the Most High power, gave his sheep. Hamashiach. You see? So the Most High is the one that give Hamashiach Yahushua his sheep. And his sheep gonna follow him because they hear his voice. That comes in the volume of the book. You see, that's written of him. Read.
Is greater than all,
See, his Most High is greater than everyone. Go ahead.
and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand.
That's right. So ain't nobody able to pluck those that are Hamashiach Yahushua's sheep out of the Most High's hand. Once he got them. Read.
I and my Father are one.
I and my Father one, meaning they just agree. That's what he's saying. They agree. Just like we got to agree together. Get Matthew 16 and 13. It's very important that you see, you know, during this time, okay, this is the Feast of Dedication. A day that we had got our temple back from the Greeks that had defiled it. That's what this is all about. And the Mashiach Yahushua is honoring it. You understand? But what was the question they asked him? During the feast day, we're supposed to be having a good time, right? Here come Israel, coming with some what? Some negative. Hey, if you're the Christ, hey, just tell us. We want to know, hey, see, I done told you over and over again, you don't believe me. Because you're not my sheep. You got to understand this. Read Matthew 16 and 13.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 16, verse 13.
Come.
When Hamashiach Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?
So they say, who do men say that I am? The Son of Man am, right? Read.
And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah.
So how can he be these people if reincarnation or regeneration don't exist? Right? See, Israel knew about this. The spirits coming back. Right? Go ahead.
Or one of the prophets.
Or what?
Or one of the prophets.
Or who?
Or one of the prophets.
Or one of the prophets. This is what people were saying about him. Read.
He saith unto them,
What did he say to him?
but whom say ye that I am?
He said, but who do you say I am? This is the same question that the Jews was asking him. Are you Mashiach, right? So he asked them, well, who do you say I am? Listen.
And Simon Peter answered and said,
What did he say?
thou art the Hamashiach.
Thou art Hamashiach. Thou art the anointed. Thou art the Messiah. Read.
The Son of the living power.
The Son of the living power, man. This is very important that you see this. There's only one Hamashiach, and we're reading about him right here. Read.
And Hamashiach Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Barjana, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee.
Say, flesh and blood have not revealed this to you. Read.
But my Father which is in heaven.
Right. Giving the credit to the Most High. The Most High revealed it. Like he revealed it in these days, Hamashiach. You understand? Because there's only one. And that's the power. In the name of the anointed Savior. Whether you hear or forbear. You see? Listen what he's telling Peter. Read.
And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
That's right. Read.
And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
That's right, man. It's just like Hamashiach, when it's coming now, it didn't come from man, it came from the Most High. For us to read, because we say by Hashem Yahushua forever, but Hamashiach was not, known as such until it came from the Most High to be able to bring the breakdown, to be able to show this is very important. You see what he's saying? Hey, what he's saying? Read.
And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, he's going to give unto Peter the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Read.
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth,
whatsoever going to be bound on earth, read,
shall be bound in heaven.
Shall be bound in heaven, man. Whatever is decided on this earth, going to be bound in heaven. Read.
And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth,
and whatever is loosed on earth,
shall be loosed in heaven.
Gonna be loosed on heaven, man. See? Listen, read.
Then charged he his disciples.
Now you tell me if what he's saying right now, he made himself any kind of reputation or wanted to be somebody. What did he tell them?
That they should tell no man.
They should what?
That they should tell no
They
man.
should tell no man what?
That he was Yahweh Shai.
That he was who?
Hamashiach Yahweh
That
Shai.
he was a Mashiach Yahweh Shai. That he was Yahweh Shai Mashiach. That's why it wasn't revealed to people. That's why it's something that's not known or wasn't known to a lot of brothers and sisters. You understand? But now it's revealed in these last days, man, the power that's in Mashiach. You just, if you can't hear it, then, you know, we'll take another time to go over it more. But that's power. You see what he said? Whatever's bound on earth gonna be bound in heaven. Whatever's loosed on earth gonna be loosed in heaven. When you rolling with him. And we can't get to the Most High except for him. And this is not something new, it's something that we knew. Daniel's 8 and 12. I just wanted to make that clear because a lot of brothers and sisters don't see this spiritually yet. And it's really important to see this. Because you see it was the Feast of Dedication. What's the question they asked them?
Are you the Mashiach?
Are you the Mashiach? You see what I'm saying? So it's very important. Read.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 12.
21.
Slide. Verse 21. And the rough goat is the king of Greece.
So this is Daniel prophesying about the rough goat. The rough goat is the goat head, which is like the 5-point star. You know what I mean? That they have, like the goat head, got the 2 horns and the floppy ears and the goat teeth. You see? And that's a symbol for Esau today. On this flag, you got 50 stars, right? I mean, you got it right in your face. The Greeks had it, Romans, all of them. They always had it. Say the rough goat is who?
Is the king of Greece.
So it'd be the first king that was over the Greeks. Read.
And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
See, the great horn or power, horn means power, that's between his eyes is the first king. So let's see what it's talking about. Go to 1 Maccabees in the Apocrypha. Now understand this. When you read Malachi, we are in the Persian and Mede Empire, under the Persian and Medes. So from Malachi to Matthew, we're in the what? We're in the Roman Empire. So between the Persian and Mede Empire, we're going to find out who came into power that took the Persian Medes down. It wasn't the Romans. You see? Let's read this. 1 Maccabees 1 and 1. And I did the whole lesson on understanding of the Feast of Dedication. You can go to YouTube on my page, Feast of Awam, because we're not going to do the whole, you know, breakdown due to time's sake, but we went into the whole breakdown on YouTube. Read that.
Out of the Apocrypha, the first book of the Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1.
So I'm going to go back and forth to show you that in Daniel, it's prophesying the things that happened, you know, when the Greeks came into power, when Alexander came into power. Read it.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
He's the first over Greece, the Greek Empire. Alexander the Greek. You know about him in school. They make sure you know about Alexander the Greek, right? Con? They still taught y'all about Alexander the Greek?
Con.
See what I'm saying? So that's not so long ago, right? They still telling you about their empire. So he's the first over Greece. So who, they call it the rough goat. You see? He's the king of Grecia. Go ahead.
And made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth.
So he brought down, you're going to see the Persian and Mede Empire and the kings of the earth. Read.
And went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations.
Yeah, he robbed a whole lot of spoils, man. He robbed everybody, you know, took everything that they had. When you win the war, And the army is on the ground, you take everything they have. Read. If you want, if it's, that's what they did. We didn't do that all the time. You gonna see, read.
In so much that the earth was quiet before him.
And he took down everyone. He took them out of power, and he came into power. Read.
Whereupon he was exalted.
He was exalted in pride. Read.
And his heart was lifted up.
His mind was lifted up, man. In pride. Read.
And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
And then they paid homage to him, taxes to him. All the nations paid taxes to him. Read.
And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth.
Right, so he called his 4 generals together. After he got sick. Read.
And parted his kingdom among them.
So he parted his kingdom among his 4 generals. Go ahead.
While he was yet alive.
While he was yet alive. Read.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
Yeah, 20 years old to 32 years old. He died. Read.
And his servants bear rule every one in his place.
Right, his 4 generals bear rule in his place. Read.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Meaning powers and authority came to them. Read.
So did their sons after them many years.
So their sons, once they died, they put crowns upon themselves. Read.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
What happened?
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
So when the Greeks came into power, what happened?
And evils were multiplied in the
They
earth.
say evils was multiplied in the earth. That's why Job 9:24 says the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? So Proverbs 16:4. Evils were multiplied in the earth. You see? Evil started to happen a lot on the earth when they came into power. That's what it's saying here. Proverbs 16:4.
The book of Proverbs chapter 16 verse 4.
Right.
The Most High have made all things for
The
himself.
Most High made everything for himself. Read.
Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil.
So he made the wicked for when?
For the day of evil.
That's why they're the wicked, because he made them for the day of evil. You see? Song of 3 Holy Children, verse 9. So you understand, there's no way that you're going to get around this, and you're going to see that this wickedness that befell us as the Israelites came in abundance once they came into power. And that's what this is all about. And the Mashiach Yahushua is honoring it under what rulership?
The Greeks.
No.
Roman
The
Empire.
Roman Empire. Remember? When you start to Matthew, that's the Roman Empire.
Time.
We're in the Greek Empire now reading
Maccabees.
the Maccabees.
Time.
This goes right after Malachi, then you go into the Maccabees. You see what I'm saying? For that time period.
Time.
Read that.
Out of the Apocrypha, the book of the Song of the 3 Holy Children,
Verse 9.
verse 9. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies,
See, the Most High delivered us into the hands of lawless enemies. Read.
most hateful forsakers of the Most
The
High,
most hateful forsakers of the Most High. Read.
and to an unjust
No
king,
matter who's in power. What do you call
and to an unjust
them?
king,
Unto an unjust king. Read.
and the most wicked in all the world.
The most who?
Wicked in all the
The
world.
most wicked in all the world. There it is. I mean, so you understand what we're dealing with here. So now it said evils are multiplied in the earth once they came into power. We sing that in verse 9, verse 10. In 1 Maccabees, the first chapter.
First Maccabees, first chapter, verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root,
So this wicked root, who was he?
Antiochus,
Antiochus, read.
surnamed Epiphanes,
Surname Epiphanes, read.
son of Antiochus, the king, who had been in hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Can't get no deeper than that. I can't get no serious. Right? He reigned in the kingdom of the Greeks. The first empire of the Greeks, or the so-called Caucasian people. Read.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Right. Let us go Make a contract and agree with the heathen that are around about us. When the Most High told us in Jeremiah 10:2, he said, learn not the way of the heathen. You see? Go ahead.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Yeah, since we left from being around the heathen, we have much sorrow. We in so much sorrow. Read.
So this device pleased them well.
So it pleased them well. Just like it is now. You know, everybody getting ready for what? Christmas. Following the way of the heathen. That pleases them well to do the things that they do, knowing that you tell them it's Nimrod's birthday and have nothing to do with the Mashiach Yahushua. If it was, I mean, they're not dealing with celebrating anything pertaining to him. They're dealing with gifts, and you got that Christmas tree, you bowing down to it. It was a god, so they bowing down to it, and they putting presents underneath the tree. So you can say whatever, but you gonna bow down to that tree, and you're gonna bow down to put those presents under that tree, and you're gonna bow down to pick those presents up. You're going to bow down to that tree, which is an idol. It tells you that. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
They went to the king to get a license to be like the heathen. Come on.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
Uh-oh, this is like the heathen. The place of exercise. Like don't they have like fitnesses, 24-hour fitnesses and all the different things? They did what?
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
Yeah.
According to the customs of the heathen.
Yeah, the custom of the heathens, man. We used our bodies to work out. You didn't need no weights and all that stuff, man. We were born naturally strong. You see what I'm saying? Isometrics and so forth. You know what I mean? Push-ups and things of that nature. Because you do push-ups, you could be stronger than anybody. Lifting weights, you know what I mean? The more push-ups you could do, understand this. So we didn't do the things that they do in these gymnasiums now. The Romans had to do that, but they did it. So they worked out so hard they could take they had a little small little sword, so they could take a man and hit him in the top of the head and split him open like that. Y'all see some movies like that, haven't y'all? Where they take that sword, they hit him on the top of the head and split him open like that, man. But that's all they did was, you know, work out and do each other. That's all they brought forth. Look at the iniquities of the Greeks, man. That's all. There's many books on that, you know what I mean, that I could show you anytime you want to see it. Open them up and just show you what they was about, you know what I mean? The book, the movie Caligula, uncut version. Y'all ever heard of that? It's called Caligula, the uncut version by Playboy, I think it is. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised.
Made themselves what?
Uncircumcised.
Uncircumcised, man. Meaning not following the laws of the Most High. Read.
And forsook the holy covenant.
Forsook the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. Read.
And joined themselves to the heathen.
Joined themselves to the heathen. To these other nations. So it's not right, because we wouldn't be talking against it, and it wouldn't be in it, written as it is, if it was right. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And were sold to do mischief.
Was sold to do what?
Mischief.
Mischief. When our people follow the heathen, the ways that are contrary to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, they be sold to do mischief. The Most High gave us perfect laws, man, to follow. You see? That we could be a light to everyone, as we are now, if you follow his laws, statutes, commandments. Read.
Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might...
I want you to jump to verse 41. Now we know King Antiochus is righteous or wicked.
Wicked.
He's wicked. Go ahead.
Verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Yeah, he wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be what?
One people.
What that sound like?
America.
New world order, right? Everybody's one. Remember when the 911 happened? We all one. One for all. And all for one, right? He said everybody should be one people, read.
And everyone should leave his laws So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Yeah, I guess they would, because all the gods of the nations are idols. You see? Go ahead.
Yeah. Many also of the Israelites consented to his religion
See? Many of the Israelites consented to his religion, read.
and sacrificed unto
And
idols.
sacrifice unto idols, man. As they're doing right now, a lot of them already have the idol. They don't carry the idol into their home, man. That Christmas tree, it's an idol. I got to keep on dealing with that because that's happening in a few days. You see what I'm saying? Read.
And profaned the Sabbath.
Profane the Sabbath, man. Profane the Sabbath day. Read.
For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land,
Yeah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. Read.
and forbid burnt offerings,
Forbid burnt offerings. So therefore, there's no atonement for the sins. You can't offer sacrifices and at this time because Mashiach Yahushua is not on the scene yet. You understand? We still sacrificing for the atonement of our sins. Prevent burnt offerings, read,
and sacrifice,
and sacrifices. You see? So the priestly duties was not being done. Read.
and drink offerings
Drink offerings, read.
in the temple,
In the temple, read.
and that they should profane the Sabbaths
They should profane the Sabbath, read.
and festival days.
And festival days, just like we have a festival day now. This is something that we ordained. And remember, just no different than 4th of July, 1776. You understand? We got the victory, so we're supposed to honor it and remember how the Most High blessed us to be able to get our temple back. As you see, it's going to be defiled to the utmost, as we keep reading here. Read.
and pollute the sanctuary
Pollute the sanctuary, our church, read.
and holy people.
And holy people, us as the children of Israel. Pollute us, read.
Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols,
See?
and sacrifice swine's flesh
Now you know that's abominable. Sacrificing swine's flesh, read.
and unclean beasts.
An unclean beast, man. Leviticus, get the law on swine. Leviticus 11 and 7 or something like that. And the swine, that's the pig.
Okay.
They sacrifice pigs on the altar. This is what they were ordained to do.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine,
The swine, the hog, the pig, right?
though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed,
Right?
yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
So when are you supposed to be touching the dead pig carcass? You're supposed to look at what it is and make sure that you don't even touch it. Or you become unclean. So this is what we did. Wicked Israelites. Sacrificing swine's flesh on the altar. We're supposed to be only clean beasts, lambs and goats and, turtle doves and certain things that we were to sacrifice on the altar. So they defiling the altar. Get Daniel 8, 21 to 22.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 21. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
Which is Alexander the Greek. We're reading about it. So, because people want to try to say that the Apocrypha is not valid. You understand? So we're showing you that what's written here is also in the Apocrypha. But the Protestants took it out, not the Catholic Church, because it's still in their Bible. But the Protestants took it out. A lot of meat in the Apocrypha, but read this. Read on.
Verse 22. Now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it,
Now, we just read about it. The same thing. 4 stood up for him. Alexander the Greek being put to death. Most High put him to death. And he had his 4 generals stand up. Go ahead.
4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power.
Not his power, because why? He's dead. It was in their own powers we just read about. Now get Daniel 11, 2-3. I'm just showing you how this all go together.
The book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 2. And now will I show thee the truth. Behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia, and the 4th shall be far richer than they all. And by his strength, through his riches, he shall stir up all against the realm of Grecia.
Yeah, man. Talk about Antiochus Epiphanes. We just read about him, that wicked king, against the other 3. Read.
And a mighty king shall stand up, that shall rule with great dominion, and do according to his will.
That's Antiochus Epiphanes. We just read about him. Read.
And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken, and shall be divided toward the 4 winds of heaven, and not to his posterity, nor according to his dominion which he ruled. For his kingdom shall be plucked up, even for others beside those. And the king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes, and he shall be strong above him, and have dominion. His dominion shall be a great dominion.
That's right. We reading about him right now. Give me Daniel 8, 23-25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper, and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
We reading about him, man. Come on.
And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Right, so it's twofold, then and now. Read.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by
they're gonna be proud people. Read.
And by peace shall destroy many.
By what?
By peace shall destroy many.
By peace shall destroy many. They go out, what they do, they say they bring in what? To all these countries? Democracy. Right? Demonocracy, which means the rule of the devil. Yeah. Demon, like they got these demon nations. Denominations, but it's demon nations. They bring demons in their nation. But they ain't understand it because they don't do the research. They won't look to find out what they really dealing with. The Most High give us no religion. No religion. You see, go ahead.
And by peace shall destroy many.
And by peace shall destroy many, read.
He shall also stand up against the prince of princes.
Yeah, Hamashiach Yahushua, he gonna stand up against Hamashiach Yahushua, but what's gonna be the end result?
But he shall be broken without hand.
Be broken without hand. You understand? And we consider this in the last days because get 2nd Ezra 13, 9 and 10. This is the end result when the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Forces of all nations get together with the greatest multitude you can imagine to fight a Mashiach Yahushua. This is the end result right here. So they're going to be broken without hand. Read.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Out of his mouth, ain't his hand. Out of his mouth, or what?
It had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together.
What's mixed together?
The blast of fire.
Blast of fire.
The flaming breath.
Flaming breath, read.
And the great tempest.
And the great tempest, read.
And fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke.
That's right. That's why I say he gonna what? But he shall be broken without hand. That's what he's talking about. So from there, give me Second Maccabees. 2. So you see, now before you go there, I want you to see, I want to show you what happened on this month. Y'all know what the month this is, the 12th month, the 25th day, every month. Go back to 1 Maccabees 1 and 48. So we know that they set up altars and they were sacrificing swine's flesh and all kind of unclean beasts. Everybody with that, right? So when they was doing this, continually had us doing it, right? So now something else they did in verse 48.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 48. That they should also leave their children
They
uncircumcised.
say, leave their children uncircumcised. The boys are to be circumcised on the 8th day. All boys of Israel, read.
And make their souls abominable
And make the souls abominable, read.
with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
Right. All manner of uncleanness and profanation, read.
To the end they might forget the law.
See, to the end they might what?
Forget the
So
law.
what are our people now? They say it was not under the law. So when you look at all the things that they put in front of them, how you gonna follow the law when you believe in Christmas? Nimrod's birthday. You believe in Easter. Semiramis. You see what I'm saying? Halloween. That's the Day of the Dead. You see what I'm saying? All these different holidays that they look forward to. But then you say you have holy days that we're supposed to follow, and they don't want to do that. So what's up with our people? You see, this is what happened is from this point to now, you can look at how worse it has gotten. You tell our people this and that, they don't want to deal with that. They want to deal with what they want to do. They want you to follow them to hell. Come on, follow me to hell. But you got to be able to stand for what's right, regardless of who's going to stand with you. Because it's going to be one of a city and two of a family. You understand that he's just going to go to Zion. So we got to do our best to do what we can to please the Most High and be examples. You're an example of what's righteous, or you're an example of what's wicked. You can't no compromise in this. Show me where the Most High say you can compromise. No compromise. Ain't no compromise. You can't compromise with this. You compromise with something else in the world, maybe. You can't compromise with the truth. Else you're going to be a what? A liar. You're going to live a lie. You see? And that's what they want you to do. This world is set up to send you straight to hell with them. But those that's going to do the things that are contrary to the laws of the Most High. So that's what they did. They say, uncircumcise your children. You can't circumcise the boys. That's our custom. That's that covenant the Most High made with us. That blood covenant. But let's read.
With all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said, he should die. In the selfsame manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice, city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, every one that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land.
See that? So if you forsake the law of the Most High, you committing evils in whatever land that you living in, Israel. That's what the word is letting us know. Read.
And drove the Israelites into secret places.
So we went into the catacombs, underground, started, building cities and living underground from that point. Jump to verse 54.
Verse 54. Now the 15th day of the month Caslu,
Which is this month that we're in now, read.
in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation
Right, they set up the abomination of desolation, read.
upon the altar,
Upon the altar, when you just read what they were sacrificing swine's flesh, read.
and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side,
Right, read.
and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire.
Yeah, they burned the Bibles up, read.
And wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
If you follow the laws of the Most High, say put them to death. Read.
Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month.
Every month they did this by the authority of the king. Every month, when?
To as many as were found in the cities. Now the 5 and 20th day,
The 5 and 20th day of every month, like this month, the 5 and 20th day of this month is when? Christmas. Read.
they did sacrifice upon the idol altar,
They sacrificed upon the idol altar, swine flesh and all the unclean beasts. Read.
which was upon the altar of the Most High Power. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that has caused their children to be circumcised.
Right, on the 25th day of the month, this month that we in right now, the last month of Esau's calendar, read.
And they hanged the infants about their necks, and rifled their houses, and slew them that had circumcised them.
That's right, man. Like you see them bulbs on the Christmas tree, that represented our babies' heads being hung on them trees, man. You see them bulbs, and Target, I don't know about this year, but Target usually, if you look at their Christmas trees, they have faces on them. You go to Target, look at those Christmas trees, they have faces on them. And that's what they did with our little boys. They killed them and they put them on those trees, man. So from there, let's go, I just wanted to show you what they did on the 5 and 20th day. So let's go into 2 Maccabees 10, 1 to 5. 2 Maccabees 10, 1 to 5.
The book of 2 Maccabees chapter 10, verse 1. Now Maccabeus and his company, the Most High guiding them, recovered the temple and the city. But the altars which the heathen had built in the open street, and also the chapels, they pulled down.
Right. Because it was abominable, you know what I mean? They done made it filthy, McNasty. Mattathias, you know, he had sons. Judas Maccabees is going to be the head of the army, read. Once he died, read.
And having cleansed the temple, they made another altar. And striking stones, they took fire out of them, and offered a sacrifice after 2 years, and set forth incense and lights and showbread.
Right.
When that was done, they fell flat down and besought the Most High that they might come no more into such troubles. But if they sinned any more against him, that he himself would chasten them with mercy.
Right.
And that they might not be delivered unto the blasphemous and barbarous nations. Now upon the same day that the strangers profaned the temple, on the very same day it was cleansed again.
Hear that? The 25th day of the month, the same day was cleansed again. Where you at?
Verse 5.
Go ahead.
Even the 5 and 20th day
Say even the 5 and 20th day, read.
of the same month,
Of the same month, read.
which is Casleal,
Which is Caslu, which is the same month we in right now. I'm not saying it because most I said, don't let the name of gods come out of your mouth in Exodus 23 and 13.
Con.
So we just gonna say the 12th month. That everybody should be able to count from tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Pretty soon it's gonna be the Esau's first month of the year, right? God, so okay, so this is the 12th month. Go ahead.
which is the 12th month.
No, just okay, go ahead.
And
These are pagan.
Con.
These aren't pagan. Esau named the months after gods. You see what I'm saying?
So instead of us calling it that day, we just gonna call. All right, come. I got you.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And they kept 8 days with gladness.
So we kept 8 days with gladness. You see? That's why it's from the 22nd to the 30th. We have 8 days of gladness, of celebration. Not just one day, but 8 days. Is that verse 5?
That was it. That was the start of 6.
Okay, let me go back to So this celebration is 8 days. And we're, as I say, you have 8 days of, you can give gifts, or you can do as you want, but it's got to be a celebration. All praise to the Most High. Con? Yeah. Go to, excuse me, go to 1 Maccabees, the 4th chapter, and start at verse 52.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52. Now on the 5 and 20th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Caslu, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning, and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings.
That's right, man. So we was able to have a new altar and sacrifice on a new altar, read.
Which they had made.
See, that made, read.
Look, at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it.
Remember, it was what day? The 25th of the month. Read.
Even in that was it dedicated with songs and citherns and harps and cymbals.
Right. And it was dedicated back to us with music. Having a good time, read.
Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the Most High of heaven, who had given them good success.
Right, come on.
And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days.
So this is the same dedication that Mashiach Yahushua is observing in John the 10th chapter, 22nd verse. They kept the feast of dedication 8 days, read.
And offered burnt offerings with gladness.
Go ahead.
And sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise. They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold.
So they put crowns of gold on the temple, read.
And with shields.
And with what?
Shields.
Uh-oh. With what?
And with
With
shields.
shields. Why everybody laugh? With shields, right? What kind of shields, I wonder, was those? But we don't want to go too deep in that, but we know. I see it on the front of your Bible, but it's okay. Read on.
And the gates and the chambers they renewed.
Come on.
And hanged doors upon them. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, for that the reproach of the heathen was put away.
And that's what we celebrate. The reproach of the heathen was put away through Judas Maccabees and his brothers and his forces, going against our enemies that had defiled us. And we had followed the same traditions as the heathen. You see, wicked Israelites, but the ones that was righteous went against everyone. And the Most High let us prevail over them. Many, just outnumbered completely. See, but we got the victory. Didn't matter about the numbers. That's why it ain't about no numbers. It's about quality. About those that are going to be down with the Most High, Wah Mashiach Yahushua, Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua in these days. You see what I'm saying? Say, touch not my what? Anointing. Con. So that's what we want to be. And work hard to be there. It's not no easy task. Say the righteous guess you're going to be saved. So as we going through what we're going through, we got to more and more and more and more and more and more, as much as we can, try to make it to the kingdom. That's what it's all about, eternal life. This ain't just something that you looking at and taking lightly, or else you're wasting your time. You must well be out there in the world. But if you're serious, then you better do what you can as the children of Israel to please the Most High. Because his name is jealous. And when you really know him, what the little that he's given us in his Bible, which is not enough being talked about, I see, on the right side and the left side, so you know him. Somewhat that he'll allow us to know him. Because a lot of people are not going to know him because he don't allow them to know him because they're not really seeking him. Israel not going to save us. We know we Israelites, that's not going to save us. And when you understand, you can go over this whole thing, read it for your own self, and you see that mighty men cried to the Most High. The people cried to the Most High. You can't go to the Most High with no pride. He's the king of terrors. You understand? You say, I will kill you. You say, I will melt you. He's a consuming fire. So without being afraid of him, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. Without that, you have no power. That's our power. You understand? We have a power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. He came through for us right here. Big time. For the numbers, 10,000 against what, 3,000? For the numbers, and we put 5,000, killed 5,000. The other 5,000 said, we got to get out of here, man. They need to kill 2,000 more than the men that they have. That's the victory we're talking about. When you read it, I'm not going to read all of that, but I'm just saying that's what happened. When we were outnumbered, the Most High made sure that we got the victory, and here we are, reading about our victory, just like 4th of July, right? Everybody celebrate that. Don't even know what they celebrate. They don't care. Just, I got a day off work. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to barbecue my pork and do whatever they do in abomination and all that crap. And here we have a day that we can honor and give glory to the Most High for the victory that we received. I did it. Why aren't they going over that in the churches? He ain't celebrating no Christmas. Show me where he said celebrate my birthday. That ain't his birthday anyway. It ain't his birthday anyway. You see what I'm saying? So this is what we're looking at. Read out.
Verse 59. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days.
So this is something that we as the children of Israel, Judas and all the people that got the victory, ordained that we would do this. So you can't say that they didn't do it, because we read from the start who did it. Mashiach Yahushua. Khan? Yeah, so we're supposed to be doing it ourselves. We're rehearsing the righteous acts as he did. Go ahead.
From the 5 and 20th day of the month Caslu, with mirth and gladness.
Yeah, come on.
At that time also they builded up the Mount Zion with high walls and strong towers round about, lest the Gentiles should come and tread it down, as they had done before. And they set there a garrison to keep it, and fortified Bethshur to preserve it, that the people might have a defense against Idumea.
Yeah, they built up these high walls to protect ourselves against Idumea, who is Edom, Rome. The Caucasian people. From their, the Greek Empire that was in power. He said they had to build up these high walls to protect themselves from them. So that's what we're looking at right here. So, any questions? Yes? Oh. Yes. Oh. Okay, so this is what we're gonna celebrate for 8 days. Hello, y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Who got the victory?
Israel.
Israel. Khan, I'm glad somebody know. Hallelujah. That's right. Through the power of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua, Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua. Hallelujah.